Hey guys, I am finally back again for another Jurassic World Mattel toy review. It's kind of funny how I said I was going to be collecting a little bit more action figures, but then again, I also said to myself that I was just only focusing on certain sets that matter to me the most, which I did say, but I'm kind of just getting repetitive at this point. But yeah, I'm like getting certain figure sets and all that stuff that really matter to me the most in Mattel's Jurassic World toy line. But I took a break a little bit, like midway, like I think a few weeks ago, because I just couldn't really keep up with the expenses and all that when it comes to these toys. I mean, come on now, the fact that I had to pay so much for them, especially when they're lacking in paint detail and all that. But at the same time, I was waiting for the sales to go down on there because I'd rather be buying these on sale. So luckily, I did find this at Target, which originally I thought was out of stock on the website, but at the same flipping time, I feel like the website is probably glitched up at this point, so I don't care about that. I care about this set. The Jurassic World Legacy Collection Tyrannosaurus Rex Ambush Pack. Obviously one of the sets I was super excited for because, yet again, it's another green Tyrannosaurus, and this time, it's a newly sculpted green T-Rex to match the buck from the Lost World Jurassic Park, to be exact. And it's finally good because it's not just a repaint. And also comes with the Lost World and Malcolm, which I've been asking for quite a while, and we finally got one. And we had the Mercedes from the film as well. Overall, this was a pretty exciting set, though at the same time, it is with its issues because, Mattel's been lacking very, like, obviously, ever since the get-go, but I don't really care that much about it. I just really am finally glad that we finally have this set finally released. Although I do not agree with the pricing on it, but again, I got it on sale, which I'm pretty glad with. So of course, when we go over the package, I'll zoom out a little bit, where you can see the Jurassic World Legacy Collection logo down there with the Tyrannosaurus Rex roaring very epically, obviously looking like one of the best renders of the Jurassic World toy line so far, because there's a lot of Jurassic World renders and packaging designs that look really good. I do think this T-Rex looks so damn cool. And you got the Tyrannosaurus Rex Ambush Pack text down there. The aesthetic looking nice, and it's got the rainy forest backdrop resembling the film itself, and you got the figures in display. There to the side, we have the same, well, you might not be able to see it that much, but it's the same rainy forest backdrop with the Legacy Collection logo down here. And over here is the same side over here. Don't have to go over that. Underside not special. That side's not special. We'll just go right to the back. At the back, we have the full-on display of the Tyrannosaurus Rex chasing down Ian Malcolm and probably not even caring about the vehicle. But at the same time, it's a very nice-looking render of that particular set, and not to mention it's just overall a very pleasing aesthetic. I really love the Dino Trackers aesthetic that they still kept for it. I mean, it's just so cool looking. And it got what the vehicle could do in terms of its action features, like the removable backside and that opening hatch and all that. Overall, aside from a few issues that I will potentially go over for this set, I am still so excited because green T-Rexes are my favorite. Easel Swan stuff is my favorite stuff to cover, and Lost World is easily another one of my favorite films. So let's go ahead and get this whole set out the package. Alrighty, so here's the Mercedes. Here's Ian Malcolm, which hopefully should be able to stand. And on the side, our Bull T-Rex, our new, fully redesigned, sort of, repainted, sort of, Bull T-Rex. And yeah, this is everything out of the package. So which should I take a look at first? Might as well go ahead and look at the Ian Malcolm first. I just want to go over the Ian Malcolm figures. I definitely do see Jeff Goldblum's likeness a little bit. Not sure. I should be able to see it. This is like the only few times where I feel like a Jeff Goldblum figure is almost a bit difficult to see, but I can definitely see the likeness. It's just probably the lighting, or I don't know. I think I can see it, but I will also say that it's very nice, regardless, that we have a Lost World Ian Malcolm, not just reusing the same head sculpt from the previous Jurassic World Ian Malcolm figures. Also, I really like the suit that he's wearing. It's basically the suit that he wears during the first half of the movie, like the first few scenes he's in, rather than the outfit he's wearing later on in the film. Because that's all I can only assume that that's the outfit he's really wearing. He's got the undershirt right here that is colored almost like a brownish red, and he got the green on the underside and all that. But he's got this nice suit. That's all I really like about this figure, is that he's really got that very nice suit. I just kind of wish it was in the same like attire in the later half of the film, but this is still good regardless because he's not just wearing black. So it is very good that this Ian Malcolm figure, as good as it is, he's wearing a different outfit. Here's looking under here, same details applied. I mean, it's just obviously the same good amount of detail that you expect from the Mattel figures in general. I will say though, I feel like I know maybe this is intentional for the way the legs are designed, especially for this one, but I don't know. It seems like an issue to me because this one's a tiny bit longer. I guess it's supposed to be in a different stance, but I guess it's causing my figure to fall off, like fall down most of the dang time. Maybe it's just a problem with me, but it does stand up regardless. I guess it's supposed to be a little bit more of a wider stance. So that is the Ian Malcolm figure, and I will be comparing later on with the other Ian Malcolms. I'm very happy that we have a Lost World Ian Malcolm. It's not perfect, but I definitely do think it's a really nice figure. And the Mercedes, let's take a look at the Mercedes, because again, another Jurassic vehicle that people wanted to see turn into a Mattel vehicle, and I think they delivered. I mean, aside from like the paint job looking almost cheap looking, but at the same time, I do think it looks nice regardless. Representing the Mercedes from the film. It's even got the Mercedes logo on the front. Got these stickers, which are the headlights, attached on there. A little bit of a missed opportunity for this to not actually have a working wrench, but at the same time, I think I'm fine with this for now. It's also nicely painted, and it's not just like painted just one color. It's almost look a tiny bit faded, which does bring out the detailing a little bit better. I think that, yeah, it does look like it has a bit of fading going on, like a little bit of a shade to it. So it does look like it's popping out a little bit more than just a standard silver paint. And you got all the splotches of camouflage detail. It's like, it's simple, but I will say it's effective, matching sort of the look of the Lost World Mercedes. The other side's got the same way, but it's a little bit applied differently on here than it is on the other side. It's also got this in the back. The way these look, the garters in the back as well. Also the same cool looking detail applied here, which is the faded look. Instead of just being just plain silver, they have a little bit of a faded look to it. And also the Mercedes logo, you can see it faintly right here sculpted on there. There is no license plate on there, but I don't think there should be, so I don't really care much about it. The underside is nicely detailed, as most Mattel vehicles should look like, and the wheels are nicely sculpted as well. They rotate just fine. The doors, the only doors that open are the front doors, which I just go ahead and open them using the mirrors. Because apparently I've also heard that these parts are removable. Yep, they are. But let's just leave them on for now. How am I having trouble putting this on? There we go. Let's just leave them on for now. And look at the inside of the vehicle. It does got the steering wheel and the shift and the sculpted detail in the front, which you can see. Yeah, it just looks so nice, as most Mattel vehicles always do. And the steering wheel also steers. It also rotates as well. Go to the other side to get a closer look at it. Also, the seats are sculpted just nicely as well. Might not be able to see it very briefly. And also the cup holders are sculpted in there too. And like over here when the where you can see my reflection. Forgive me for that. You can see the backside. There is no back seats, but I don't think that really matters much because the two back doors don't open at all, which is a bit disappointing, but I can forgive it. And I don't think those parts are removable, right? Not sure. Gonna have to give it a go. Oh, they are. All I had to do was go and squeeze my way through, but they are removable on this side too. Somehow it's a little bit difficult trying to get that back on there, but yeah, there we go. Also, we got some headlights. Again, details is mostly decals attached to the or stickers attached to the places where they're supposed to go, and they do look nicely detailed. Also, this window hatch over here opens up, and this part, as stated in the package, is removable. You can see the detailing back here. Just basically nothing really much other than to like stuff back here or have characters sit back here possibly, but yeah. Go ahead and put that back up in here and close that. Overall, very nice vehicle. And of all the times we ever wanted a Lost World Mercedes be turned into a Mattel vehicle, we finally got one, and I think they pretty much did a good job with the vehicle. Aside from a few tiny little nitpicks, I think this is really nice. So that's it for the vehicle. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the one thing I was mostly excited, other than those two, this Rex. Let's go ahead and move these aside. You controversial bold T-Rex, you. You're the one toy that will always start some trouble in the community. But yeah, I will also say that I do agree that the paint job is super lacking. Could have easily put some more paint on this to make this worth the price of admission. But I do say, regardless of that, the sculpting is great. I really like the sculpting of this toy. I do wish the teeth would be better though, but at the same time, it's not entirely like, a deal breaker for me. Let's go zoom in a closer detail of that head sculpt, since it is finally a new T-Rex head sculpt and not just reusing the same version of the T-Rex we see multiple times, which is not a bad head sculpt, but this is more representative of the bull T-Rex, or at least supposedly an animatronic look at the Tyrannosaurus. I think it may be, because I did see that video and they were really pushing to make this look exactly like that particular version. And yeah, the action feature also works just the same way. But again, the teeth are a little bit on the stubbier side. I mean, I guess that's every T-Rex, but it should have been a little bit better looking. And they also should have been a separate sculpt, but I guess they wanted to save money by just doing the extreme chopping way. And the tongue is nicely detailed with the texturing on there. Obvious as usual. Same detail as the previous extreme chopping T-Rexes we have in the line. But again, nice new head sculpt. And got that nice airbrushing over there to darken this eye area, though it's a little bit difficult to see it, but you can see that it's there. Same way on the other side, but I will also say that there is a quality control issue on the toy, and that's mostly the eyes. Okay, there we go. That's the only quality control issue I just discovered. It's googly-eyed. Well, that's disappointing, but it's not horrible, because at least the eyes on there are not like over splotched or something, but it's like it's there at least. But yeah, that the head sculpt is easily a good head sculpt. Won't really say that it's entirely perfect, because somehow I just wish that these parts were a bit pointier, like a bit pointier to distinguish the look, but I think they look overall just nice. And again, I really love the green they use on the toy, because that's another thing that I really love, is that the green they use for this T-Rex is basically represented very nicely. But at the same time, the black and yellows over here are very lacking. They should have just applied more of that on here. And also the underside, this part here, the light colored here, just stops here. It should have easily continued downward. And if they really wanted to, they could have just stopped it right here if they wanted to. I mean, it would have been better they stopped it by here, but they were like, let's just stop it right there. So it's definitely the cheapest alternative they had to go with. But I'm not too broken up by it, because I'm looking at this from the sculpting perspective. The sculpting is just nice, and they got that flap. Easily distinguish this Rex from the others. And again, it's a nicely sculpted figure. I can't go over too much on the paint job because it's incredibly lacking. It's just overall the same sculpt most of the time when you're looking at the extreme chopping sculpt. And I will bring out a, actually, I'll go ahead and compare it right now. Let's go ahead and bring out the 2019 release Bull T-Rex, which is essentially a repaint of a female one. And I do like the green also on this one. It's also brighter too, I will say. I kind of do like the brighter look. They could have just chose that for this Rex, but both these Rexes look pretty good together, to be honest. Still squeaks. Ouch. But I will also say that the only thing I love about this Rex more is the way the black striping is applied, and the underside as well. And the underside is painted just nicely. So in 2019, we had more paint applications implemented into the toy. It just all stop right here and don't go any further on the tail. And the toe claws right here are painted, and unlike that one, is not painted. So yeah, this T-Rex from 2019, also at the price of I think $30 alongside a baby T-Rex alongside it. It's like you're paying less for a better looking product, and then you're paying more $54. Well, I got this on sale for like $45 actually. Yeah, they bumped it down to 45, which I guess I'll pay for that at that point. It's like $45 for this. I just wish they would have downscaled it to at least to a point where, like, if it was only worth like at least $39.99, the whole dang thing should have been like this, and I'd be like, okay, I'm fine with it, because most of the paint has been used for this vehicle, I'm assuming, and also to make Ian look good. I mean, I'm not sure, I'm not an expert on it, but I will also say that despite my nitpicks on the Bull Rex here being lazily painted, they both look nice together, and like, yeah. I got a second green T-Rex, and that's all that matters, that a green T-Rex should be more on the horizon, in my opinion. And then I'm also get the other extreme damage Tyrannosaurus. This is my only extreme damage Tyrannosaurus, and I think I might use this as my doe, because I just realized how much I actually really do think this looks really good. I mean, it doesn't look like Rexy from Jurassic Park, so I might as well use this as my doe, because I got like so many different extreme chopping Rexes I could choose from. Overall, yeah, this looks really nice together. While we're on the subject of comparing, we have the OG Legacy Collection in, we have the Hammond Collection in. I'm gonna ahead and scoot some of these over. Find a place for that. Dominion in. Exclusives Ian Malcolm with the, you know, the Chaos Theory Ian Malcolm, 93 Classic Ian, and now we have our Lost World Ian. It is nice that we have this many Ians, especially in a different variety. I still think that, in my opinion, the best Ian Malcolm figure, aside from the Lost World one in certain areas, I still do think the Lost World one is a nice figure, and obviously it's easily one of my favorites because I just like Lost World Jurassic Park. But I will say the best Ian Malcolm figure, this hands down. I love the 93 Classic Ian. There's just a lot to like. That all these figures are really nice. That's just, they all look really good together. Also, it's finally nice that it's slowly starting to build up. I just wish there's a little bit more. So we only have Roland, Sarah, and Ian. Lost World Ian now. Now all we need is Nick Van Owen, Kelly Malcolm, Eddie Carr. Who the heck else is in this toy line? Oh yeah, Dieter Stark. I mean, you could build up the line, but slowly getting there, but it's still nice regardless. I also have a Lost World thing. I'm not going to go good with Sarah, so that's another good thing. So, yeah, matches perfectly. Oh, yeah, I forgot about this. Scan code. There's your scan code. Alrighty, so that's going to be it for this review of the Jurassic World Legacy Collection Tyrannosaurus Rex Ambush set. Literally, I will say that it's definitely worth it if you're only going to get it on sale, because again, there are a few disappointing qualities, like the paint detail just being very lacking, and sometimes you might not be able to tell if the paint detail is like good or not when it's showing up on camera. But it's like, aside from all those tiny little problems, or some of them being major, like with the T-Rex, because it is very disappointing for most, but I genuinely do like this set. I do not have any other issues other than that. I do understand that it's not worth 54 or even higher than that, but at the same time, it's still nice that we have an Ian Malcolm from the Lost World. It's still nice that we have a Mercedes, and it's also still nice that we have another green Tyrannosaurus Rex, and this time looking more like the buck from the film, rather than just being a repaint like the previous one from 2019. Though that one is still one of my favorite figures. So anything with the green T-Rex is still nice. So that is it for this review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yes, my next review will be on the Jurassic World Dino Trackers T-Rex, which I have yet to pick up. That's definitely going to be next. I'm not going to try to switch things around. That's definitely going to be the next one, because I really do want that T-Rex. And I did see it in person. I meant to record footage of it. So I will also say that if it's one thing that I'm kind of disappointed with, is that it's on the same scale as an Extreme Chopping Tyrannosaurus Rex. But I will get the figure soon. I was expecting the figure to be a little bit bigger. Anyways, that is it for this review. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will be seeing you guys later.